Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Taguchi of Kyoto University. Okay, it's my opening video. Actually, I've taken this from the portal site that our center created. This portal site called Connect, which opened in May last year. And this site is provided in both Japanese and English. And let me introduce the purpose of this site. Kyoto University is a huge university, and we have a variety of ICT infrastructures and the projects. And all these ICT-related activities are put together in this portal site to introduce the menu to Kyoto University faculty. Like Professor Sakai introduced, MOOC and OpenCourseWare, which we have been providing for many years, and also the LMS Panda provided by the Institute for Information Management Communication, and Panda introduced earlier. We have all these systems, and we created a page as a portal site to introduce all these programs and menus. When you visit here, you will know what ICT-related activities Kyoto University is undertaking. And also, we have a list of ICT-related symposium held on campus. And if you want to create MOOC and want to deliver OpenCourseWare, and then you can visit this page to know how to create the MOOC program. And also, we have this enjoyable part and have the game-like page, but unfortunately not used much. But I really do hope that many people will visit this website to start working on ICT-related class. Now, why we created this portal site? Well, our CPHE was created in 1994 with a mission of improving and transforming the classes and the pedagogy in university. In those days, the faculty did not know what other faculty was teaching and how they were teaching in the next classroom. Like, it's only 10 years or so that educational reform being talked about. So, what should we start with? The first project we started is the open class. Now, we invited faculty to visit our class and discuss about our experience and best practices, which was done in 1997. This was our first trial. However, all the visitors were from outside Kyoto University. Nobody from Kyoto University visited this, but we repeated this open class for over the years, and we have this open class and video taped, recorded, and reflected in the workshop. We did this every week, and our experience was put together in this book, which we published. And the open class practice was expanded and extended with many purposes. But people said that visiting Kyoto University every week is quite difficult. So we started to use SCS, it's the satellite communication system, because in those days, internet was not fast enough. And so we tried SCS to connect Kyoto-U class with the other faculty's office, but this was a failure. We were able to broadcast our class, but in those days, this class was not recorded. So you had to sit in front of your PC for 90 minutes and observe the open class. And simply observing the class for 90 minutes was very boring. And so we started to use internet. We recorded the class. And because it's the remote site, the viewers are on the remote site and doesn't have to be live. And so we recorded the class and put it up on the website. And So we started to think about this possibility, but it was not that the big success yet. Now, why? Because it's easy for you to speak up and make comments. However, writing comments on the bulletin board on the website is very difficult. I mean, you receive pressure before you write because you don't know what about the background information about the class and the professor. And so we started MOST in 2009. It has a variety of functions, and one of them is the course portfolio program. Professor Iyoshi used to work for the Carnegie Foundation, and we use their Keep Toolkit and explain the purpose of this program and the course portfolio of this program, and in a very brief manner so that students can read this portfolio in about 5 minutes or so. Now, we have many course portfolios. Now, but producing portfolio is takes lots of man-hour, and taking 5 minutes to read may be too long, and so we then created MOST Treasure. This put together all the know-how and good practice that the Kyoto-U faculty has, and this is a portal site that accumulates the know-how. Well, it's very good. We've produced a course portfolio, and producing course portfolio and contributing to the MOST Treasure requires man-hour. Actually, Professor Kita produced one for us, but not many faculty are willing to make their own course portfolios. So we then visited the faculty in Kyoto-U and interviewed them and introduced in our portal site. So, and this is the Connect we produced. When we look around Kyoto-U, there are many faculty who are doing interesting things. And so we've interviewed 9 faculty so far, and have an article for them, and let me introduce some of them. This one's not put together as an article yet, but as I said earlier, in Kyoto-U campus, there are many faculty who are doing interesting activities. And as Professor Sakai introduced earlier, one example is the MOOC-based flipped class. Professor Uesugi's class, he had in his mind to use a MOOC-based flipped class from the very beginning. So, but in the class, he spends some time to introduce the course and teaches the core element to the students, and also gives some additional information to the students which are not covered by MOOC, and then have the group work and peer evaluation. In year 1, we've surveyed how Kyoto-U students utilized MOOC. We ran this survey, and in the MOOC, when we use MOOC, we can have the log information like student profile, which page the student viewed and which problem he solved, and what comment and the dialogue he had in the bulletin board. And we received this log data from edX, and plus the center ran survey with the questionnaires as well as interview, and try to understand how students receive this flipped class. This is the interview. In addition to the survey situation questions, and we've visualized which scene a student viewed. And so we asked, why did you see this scene so many times? Why did you skip that part? And received their answers. And as the result of the survey, we had some finding. One is that flipped class is very good. Now, what is good about it? The MOOC and in-class work in pair, and the group work can be done in a face-to-face situation. And before the face-to-face class, the student can see the contents beforehand in the MOOC and can repeat viewing when the part is difficult. However, the weakness is that the MOOC, viewing the MOOC is not enforced, and so self-learning online is required. And I interviewed Professor Uesugi several times, and Professor Uesugi said about the benefit of the MOOC, is that it is online material. Now, Professor Uesugi provides intensive course in other universities in Asia and countries, and can do the flipped class when the material is provided in the MOOC. And also, the local faculty can use Professor Uesugi's contents and do their flipped class on site. And also, the online materials can be supplemented by other faculty, and through this practice, we can accumulate very good educational resources in my MOOC course. So that was a comment by Professor Uesugi. But when I started this, I did not know what it's all about, and I was told by the chancellor to start MOOC. This is the social experiment, but the best merit is that we can do a flipped classroom with MOOC. And so when you make a MOOC program, I really strongly advise that the faculty use it for the flipped classroom. And Professor Uesugi encourages students to raise ideas and before starting the MOOC and the flipped class. Previously he made lecture and in the class and gave assignment to think of idea for the new drug, for example. But idea through brainstorming in the face-to-face in the class is better than thinking on solo. So the lectures can be recorded and students can self-learn prior to the face-to-face class. And when they come into the class, they can have a group discussion and brainstorm their ideas. And so this is a benefit of the flipped class. Now, the flipped class can be made using MOOC, of course, but also we can use Panda, our LMS in Kyoto-U. And some faculty combines and uses Panda in their flipped class. This is Professor Kaneko from the pharmacology department and is introducing a flipped classroom. He does not produce MOOC himself. However, on holidays, he self-records his lecture on like a very short clip, about 15 minutes or so, and upload on the closed YouTube and assign students, direct students to view this course before video clip before they come into the class. And this is the video edited by Shibukawa-san, my graduate student.
セロトニンの指標をお偉いさんがよりあんまり働きすぎるとセロトニンが足りなくなってうつになる。なんだと、脳血管。
So, like this, he gave assignments to the student in the classroom, and we would like to verify the benefit of this. As for the student record, we grade students relatively every year, so it's very difficult to compare year by year. But he said that less students drop out from the previous year. And also other faculty use Twitter, and they use a variety of ICT tools in their classroom. So in Kyoto University. So before I close, I would like to introduce. This is he is not doing the blended class, but another interesting ICT-based program. This is the Nikodo is the YouTube-like video providing system, but people can provide posting and comments on this. The Professor Mizutani of Kyoto-U stands in front of the students in the big classroom and provides a lecture-type teaching. And the students use their smartphone or PC and write comments what they are thinking, and their comments are presented timely on the slide. Like this, like at the top of the slide, you see it was like, what is it? Or oh, it's me. I mean, those like Twitter-like comments are written on by the students, and this is written information, so does not bother the lecture by students, by the teacher, and the teacher can watch these comments of the students and can modify the course. Like the student may write in the Twitter the questions or the comments. I mean, those are reflected in his class and the lecture. So this is another example, like ICT is being more and more used to improve their classes and the education. And we want to find out these best practices and introduce in the Connect portal to share these best practices with other faculties. Thank you very much.